So one thing that's usually thrown around when talking about cities is zoning. What is zoning? Well, we have commercial, we have residential, but I'm curious to ask a governmental official on what zoning is. Mark Levine, who's Manhattan Borough President, might have a short explanation. What is zoning?
Zoning is very simple. It's the question of what you are allowed to build and where and how big. Whether you can build stores or housing or a factory, whether you can build tall, whether you have to preserve historic structures. Solving our housing crisis is on the line here. So though it might sound a little boring, zoning is actually critical to the future of New York City.
And what's the zoning we're seeing in this general vicinity right now?
Well, mostly this is zoned for mixed use,
Yeah.
where you can have commercial on the ground floor and housing up top.
Oh, like a restaurant over here,
Yes.
and then
Yes,
residential.
exactly.
Okay.
But there's some parts of the city where you can only have commercial and no housing, including vacant office buildings that aren't coming back post-COVID. So you know what we gotta do? We gotta convert some of them to be housing. And that's required some zoning changes. We've just put a bunch through. So what you're gonna start seeing in New York City, thanks to this boring concept of zoning, is large vacant office buildings being converted to apartments to make our city even more vibrant.
And this might happen in the garment district where it was industrial zoning, and it's being rezoned as well.
Back in the day, the garment district was the global capital of textile production, where a lot of people got their clothes. But today, it's mostly vacant. There's only a little bit of manufacturing there, but you're not allowed to build housing. It's in the middle of Manhattan. It's in the West 30s. We have a zoning proposal that would just allow for those older buildings that mostly empty to be converted to housing. This would unleash potentially as much as 10,000 units, over 2,800 of which would be affordable. This would really transform that part of Midtown. It would help solve our housing crisis. It would make the neighborhood safer. This is what zoning can do and what we want to do in this neighborhood.
Stay curious, my friends.